I want to go to Victoria now, and the Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews returned to the job today after 111 days on leave following that horrible fall down some stairs at a holiday house in March. The Premier's had a long recovery period from a fractured spine and broken ribs, but he's insisted not only that he's back for now to run the state now, but that he will recontest the next election.
So, I am fit, I am back, and make no mistake, we're here to get things done.
Yeah, that's very good to see that he's recovered like that. It certainly sounds like a shocking accident. Let's get an update from the Victorian opposition now, and I'm joined by David Southwick, who is the opposition police spokesperson. Thanks for joining us, David. First up, you would welcome Daniel Andrews' recovery, and it's good to see him back on the job, at least just from that health point of view, right?
Oh, absolutely. No one wishes ill health of anyone, and it was what you said, appeared to be a real horrific injury that he went through, and 111 days is hard for anyone to recover from that. But I think the trying thing and the telling thing from Daniel Andrews' return today was that he won't be changing his leadership style. And what that means for Victorians is that we need to buckle in for more fear, more confusion, more rules and no plan forward. And I think I know you talk a lot about that, Chris, but we need a plan out of COVID. We need a COVID recovery plan, and we haven't heard any of that. There's no plan for small business, no plan for the events and tourism industry. And we've seen Victorians leaving in droves, packing up and leaving Victoria, and we need a plan, an economic plan forward. And the only plan we've heard from Daniel Andrews, unfortunately today, is a PR plan in terms of how he plans to contest the next election, a plan to look after his own job and a plan for his own pay rise. None of that's going to please any Victorian that's doing it really tough at the moment.
I've got to say I agree with you when it comes to a lack of a plan, but I think that's something that applies to state governments, Liberal and Labor around the country, and the federal government, the coalition government there. I think that's what we need to see out of National Cabinet, is a clear plan to recovery and opening up. Let's hope we see that as soon as possible. But one thing that Daniel Andrews did speak about today were horrible rumours circulating around Victoria and through the media while he was away on his sick leave. Here's the Premier speaking about that today.
What I will say is it is very, very hurtful when kids are being taunted at school. It is very hurtful when you see some of this stuff printed. And I'm not speaking for myself, I'm speaking on behalf of my family. Vile stories. And for people to try and turn that into a political weapon, well, I reckon they'll be judged harshly for that. And I reckon they should be. But that's about the extent of the time I spend wasted thinking about people like that.
David Southwick, that was pretty passionate stuff. Was the opposition involved in pushing rumours here?
Look, a whole lot of Victorians have had questions about, where was Daniel Andrews during that period, and we only had that carefully crafted just in the return a few days ago. So Victorians just wanted answers, and I think nobody wants their kids bullied. As politicians, we all kind of put ourselves out there, but ultimately Victorians deserve answers.
Thanks for joining us, David. I appreciate it. David Southwick there, who's the opposition police spokesperson in Victoria.